Usually this is a big mud pit. It's been really dry here, so no water. So this spot might look familiar from one of my earlier videos from this year. Early in the spring, maybe February, I stop here and talk about how different it is, because over there it's more open because it's mostly a pine forest, and here it was all hardwood, but it was bright here because the trees hadn't leafed out, and it was dark there because the pines never lost their needles. And I speculated that later in the year, when the hardwoods leafed out, that might switch. But look at that. It looks like a bunch of stuff has grown up in the undergrowth in the spring. Before, you could see way, way back through the pines, there was nothing but pines, and it was all open understory. But it looks like something's colonized that area and is growing. But still the same giant down tree. Yeah. Look at all those baby trees growing up under the pines. So usually I stop and turn around at this gate up ahead. But recently I was hiking this trail with a friend, Clara, maybe a few weeks ago. We went past this gate, found more trail, a little gravel loop. So I did that again. It's a Sunday as I'm filming this, and Monday is when I found this cool secret passageway from the gravel loop I'm gonna go to now. Basically, the way I got into this trail is kind of a social trail from my neighborhood, and where we're going is another part of my neighborhood. It was just really interesting to find. It's like feels like I found a magic wardrobe to Narnia, like a secret passageway. I'll point it out when we get to it. But you can tell this is a maintained trail. Someone made this to be walked on. A lot of rocks here. A whole lot of rocks. Kind of hurt my feet. I like that this part of the trail is more open and sunny. Nothing against heavy forest cover. It's actually nice. When it's hot to be in the shade, even if it's humid. But I pretty much live in the woods, and there's heavy forest cover most of the year. And sometimes I miss the sun. Though again, very thankful for the shade. Keeps my electric bill down. So, I don't know what's that way. I think it'll eventually go to the road. I've actually never gone that way. But we're going this way, because this is where the secret passageway is. See, this trail is very different from the one we came from. The one we came from was very natural. And this is like pretty much a gravel road. Wide enough you could drive a car through. Dogs have gotten a little tired. maybe just a little hot. It's in the upper 70s. Deer. You can see the deer moving through the woods. And so can the dogs. I like a lot of trails, and sometimes there's spots where power lines cut through the woods. And it always makes such an interesting clearing. Usually a good place to see like the sunset or interesting birds living in the edge spaces. Way in the distance, you can see the city. They didn't get the deer. They never get the deer. The deer are too fast. And they lack commitment. Look at this, there's even gutters on the side of this, like irrigation trench. It really is a road. I wonder who drives through here. Probably mountain bikes, but I bet maintenance. Right, so you see this is a loop, and this is where you walk, turn around, go back the way you came. Go through that wood gate, pass through the forest, and cross that nice creek where we heard all those frogs earlier in the spring, but hear nothing now because the creek is dry. That is until Monday when I found this other trail. Oh, robins. A lot of robins and rabbits around this spring. And towies. Well, everybody's been around this spring. All the things you'd expect. Yeah. So you almost might miss it. I guess this is the part where I should say social trails are technically a bad thing. Social trails are trails that are made by people walking. Usually it's to see some natural feature, to skirt around something that people don't want to walk through. And they're bad because they can lead people off the actual marked path, get them lost, and they destroy habitat, interfere with wildlife. The people who make trails plan them in a very deliberate way, and usually they also have concerns about maintaining the habitat through whatever park you're hiking through. So going off trail, making social trails, and it disturbs habitat, causes erosion, screws with the plants and animals, and can get people lost. So that said, right, so you can immediately tell this is not the same as that other trail. All this trees and stuff I'm having to duck and move branches away, right? very tight in here. It's almost like a deer path. Yeah, even now I'm kind of like, oh, which way do I go? You know? Yeah. Doesn't help that it's kind of tiny. I bet somebody lives in there. Like, I just said that these things can get people lost, and here I am getting kind of lost. And this is the social trail I've been on as recently as a few days ago. I am pretty turned around right now. So humans aren't the only ones who make paths in the woods. Most animals do. Usually there's like a very simple route between 2 points. There's resources that they go back and forth between, food, water. So deer are pretty famous for this. There are deer paths in woods all the time. Sometimes in the woods, I can't tell what's a social trail made by humans, which means it might go somewhere I want to go, or eventually lead back to a main trail, or what's a deer path made by deer, which means it won't lead me anywhere and could get me pretty lost. Like right now, I think I've confused, I don't know, I've confused a couple of things. So I remember the path being a little bit clearer than this. And right now, yikes. Yeah, I don't know where we're going. I'm not too worried. So I got like an hour of daylight, hour and change. Plus you can hear the road. But yeah. So it's tough because it's all pine needles down here. So it's hard to see discrete depressions where people have been walking. What is that? Yeah, I don't know. So I did say this trail connects to another part of the neighborhood I live in. And it does. When we get closer to that, you start to see yards and cars through the trees. I imagine some people's backyards back up to this woods. A little scary, honestly. I imagine them seeing you through their window walking through the woods. I don't want to get shot. I feel like there's a fence. Oh. Yeah, I definitely wandered off what path there was. So, there you go. Case in point, social trails by definition are not well marked and will lead you astray. This is a dry creek bed. That was just nonsense in the woods. This is getting closer where we need to be, I think. Getting closer, something. Because there's someone's backyard. Or somewhere. That's for sure. Somewhere. It strikes me that this might not be a real path. or even a social trail? What if it's just something that I found? Oh, dog. Not my dog, but a different dog. My dogs are like, what? High alert. We're being barked at. We're being barked at because we're trespassers. But we're not really. Because we're not on their property. What was I saying? Right. Maybe it wasn't a social trail. Maybe it was just a thing I found. So I'm not finding any path right now. I'm just in the woods. This is definitely just me being in the woods and not being on any sort of a path. Spider. I don't like walking through their webs. I feel bad destroying them. And also you get rebel. As I was saying, I'm definitely just in the woods. But another woods spits me out in this neighborhood eventually. That's where I'm gonna go. Oops, sorry. We'll figure this out. Dash loves to roll in things. She's so happy when she does it. And we love seeing her happy. Probably not the right one. There's the train. See? We're not far from anything. We just need to find a way out. Find the way out that isn't cutting through someone's yard. And I know it exists because I found it something. It's probably in a deer path. Somebody put a bottle on that tree there. See? It's fun. It's fun and whimsical. Alright. At this point, I'd say I've walked through 20 spider webs. See? Somebody's yard. Somebody's house. But how do you get out of the woods without walking through? I know there's a way. I found it before. And I'm going to find it again. Jeez. Alright, well, we're gonna have to think this out off camera. But, yeah. The dangers of social trails. Learn from my example.